What an asshole!
Podcasting from Basshole Studios in Hollywood, California. You're listening to I'm an Asshole with Doug Bass. We've all been one, so let's talk about it. Now, here's your host, Doug Bass.
He's an asshole, sir.
He's an asshole.
Hello, my name's Doug Bass. Welcome to I'm an Asshole, the podcast. I am an asshole sometimes. Thanks for joining us on the show today. We have some very special guests on the program today. I've never actually met them in person, but we have gotten close over the past couple months through Leslie Wolf's funny Fresh Faces of Comedy Zoom class that we kind of all joined and would workshop with. Please welcome Courtney Davis Schlesinger and her husband, Bobby Schlesinger. Hey, guys, how are you?
How's it going?
Yeah. I guess the first asshole thing I should say is that I didn't change my name.
You didn't change your name? What do
I
you
got married.
Wait, what? Wait, what do you go by? I know you have like. All right. What do you go by? Am I saying it wrong?
No, you're saying it right. It's his last name is Schlesinger, but my name was Davis. So obviously I'm gonna keep Davis because I go by Courtney Davis.
Okay, Courtney Davis. So professionally, you go by Courtney Davis.
Right.
Except for credit card, it's Schlesinger.
Right.
There you go. Well, now that we've sorted that out, Courtney Davis, not Schlesinger, but legally Schlesinger with the credit card.
Did your wife change your name?
No, she didn't. This is a good topic. She did not change her name. My wife's name is Cassie Pyers, and she did not change her name to my name. She said she wanted to at one point, but it's a lot of work, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't even, to our friends, she doesn't even go by Schlesinger.
I don't know if this is going to work out. We don't know.
Now, you guys have been married, what, like 2 years?
3 years.
3 years. All right. How long have you been together?
Like 6 years?
Okay.
Wait, really? No, I think like 5.
No.
So you're not even, that's what happens when you get married. You got to start counting, wait, how many years has it been?
We recently got our happy friend anniversary from Facebook, and that's when I realized that's how long we were together. Were you friends with your wife on Facebook?
Yeah, I am. I am currently friends and was. Yeah, we did get, I think we did get a friend anniversary thing, which is always weird, I feel like.
Did you wait to sleep with her before you friended her on Facebook?
Interesting story. My wife and I, we actually met on Tinder. And this was like when Tinder first came out, and I was like single, and I was like, I don't know if I really trust Tinder. Like, I don't get it. I don't know. I would connect with people, but I never actually met anyone in person off Tinder. So when I connected with her, I did ask her, I was like, hey, because I thought she was really cute and cool and everything. And I was like, will you be Facebook friends? I asked her on Tinder to be Facebook friends because I was like, if I don't ask her to connect on Facebook, I feel like I will never meet this person and the messages will get lost in the ether at some point. And she was like, she was a little weirded out. She was like, okay, yeah, sure. And then we would chat on Facebook every now and then. And she wasn't even living in LA. She was like traveling back and forth for work or whatever. It took us a whole year to actually meet in person when she came back to LA for a business trip. And I don't think we ever would have connected if it was just like, if I just left it on Tinder. You know what I mean? I wanted to secure the connection.
Yeah, Facebook is legit.
Yeah. So
it's like you wanted to take, because Tinder messages go away, or there's just like a million.
It's just like, well, especially now, it's like it's oversaturated and stuff, I think. So it's like, yeah, you can't rely on it. It's like an email that gets lost. They have Bumble BFF now. Did you know that?
That's how Courtney met all of her mom friends.
Oh, really?
Not that app, but like something else like that.
Oh, Bumble is for the people who don't want to.
Bumble BFF is for finding friends, like as an adult. And I think that's coming into use during quarantine right now because people are like, do I still have friends? Like, how do I make new friends? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't want to Zoom with the friends that I have. I definitely not want to make new friends on Bumble to Zoom with.
Yeah.
Except you, of course.
My wife has been making friends on Bumble BFF, and she's been like, messaging like all these like girls, and she's like, oh, they're like, oh my god, let's grab a drink and stuff like that. And I'm like, I don't think like. And then I was like, I looked at Bumble BFF for guys, and I was like, I don't think this is gonna work for guys. I'm like, this is not. Girls are all like, oh yeah, this is all, but the guys, I don't know. There's some kind of like weirdness to it. Like, I don't know if this is like a date, a bro date, or what. Like,
that's what yeah.
No, you're going to end up as furniture if you go on that.
Yeah, you're gonna end up killed. Yeah, exactly.
There's no way you're going to be deep in the woods.
No,
there's some alternative motive with like the Bumble BFF for guys, I think.
Yeah, but like, how do you judge if you're gonna make a friend? Like, I was judging on girls, like how hot they were.
Right.
But then, am I a lesbian? Is this?
I think you just want like attractive girlfriends to hang out with, maybe.
Right. But that's horrible. That's not what you should want in a friendship. That is an asshole thing to do.
It is kind of an asshole thing to do, but
with ugly guys.
But do you? So if you were on Bumble BFF searching for girlfriends, would you? Yeah, you are like technically doing the same thing as you would for like a Tinder date, almost like this girl's hot, she's attractive, she's cool.
Right, I'll take her. Good tits.
Now, would you go by like first looks for the friend? Like, oh my god, this girl is not attractive. She is homely. I am swiping left on her. Forget it. You wouldn't give her a chance to hang out.
Yeah, that's what I did, but it wasn't Bumble BFF. It's called Peanut. It's for women with no friends who are pregnant.
Peanut? I never.
So then you can't even drink.
And
on
literally, the only
date.
girl that she met from this entire app was a model. She was like a real significant model in
Belgium's top model.
Really?
Yeah.
But then we went on the date, and I was like, well, I guess I'm paying because I'm not as hot as her.
Yeah, but why? It's a friend thing. So shouldn't you just, split it and go Dutch?
You'd think, but then I was like, no, she's hotter than me. I'm going to pay for this date. It's very strange to go out with a straight person who's your friend. Right. I don't know. I guess that's probably... I
think it's very new, and people are still discovering exactly how it should work and what the rules are and whatnot.
I want to go on Bumble BFF.
You should go on Bumble BFF. Maybe my wife. I think you and my wife would be good friends. I think I think you guys would get along.
I'm ready for her.
Great. I'll set it up. I'm gonna set the two of you on a date. There you go.
Okay.
And Bobby is gonna get on a Bumble BFF for guys.
Meanwhile, you can murder me.
Yeah, exactly. Now, Bobby would be okay with you friending the hot friends and them coming over and hanging out by the pool or whatever, right?
Yeah. His dream is to have a threesome.
They have an app for that too. I think it's called Field or something.
Thrinder?
We went on that.
Thrinder, yeah, Thrinder. That's what it's called. Yeah.
I went on that because when we were dating, I thought it would like seal the deal. If I was like, oh, I'm going to download this app and try to find a threesome. And it worked.
Never had that threesome.
There you go. So how have you guys been doing? So you have a child. How old is your baby?
He's almost 2. He'll be 2 in December.
Almost 2. He's adorable. He's like a poster child for like some kind of baby product. He needs to be. Have you guys thought about pushing him into child acting and modeling and being those kind of parents?
Cash flow is low during COVID, so we're trying to make money off of our 2-year-old.
Yeah.
I do. He doesn't want me to be. He doesn't want his child in entertainment for some reason.
No? Do you want your child in entertainment, Courtney?
100%.
The reason I don't want my child in entertainment is because the most successful child actor of all time is Macaulay Culkin.
True.
And he is a gigantic mess of a human being.
But he is still working these days as an actor, which is a hard thing to come by.
He is still working.
Barely. The most significant child musician of all time was Michael Jackson. And
he's doing
that
great.
Didn't end up well.
He's doing great, man. He's laying down, relaxing. He's great.
Beyonce, Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, not nearly as big as.
Now, Courtney, do you think that you would want? What's your baby's name, by the way?
Oh, Jack.
Jack. Now, do you think you would want Jack to pursue acting because you are an actress as well and as a performer?
No, I want to live vicariously through him and correct all the wrongs that I didn't do,
See.
and like be very pressureful.
That's what most stage parents, I feel like, want to do. So it's like either it's like I've given up on my dreams of auditioning and getting the part, but now I'm forcing my child to do it. And then they either like it or they don't. Like I think it's the same thing actually, because like me growing up, my dad would force me to play basketball and baseball. And like I'm not a big sports, like I like watching the sports, but I'm not athletic at all. And
Really?
I'm not. But like I would like to play like, in the neighborhood with my friends, like, like kickball or whatever like that. But like being on the team, I was horrible. I sucked. I did not want to do it, and like I did it anyway because my dad was like a really good basketball player in high school and stuff, and I just did it, and I hated playing basketball. And I think it's the same thing for sports for some kids as it would be for like acting or modeling or whatever.
I guess it's like every parent does that. Really.
Yeah, in a way, yeah. But I feel like the sports doesn't get as much like negativity because most kids want to do it anyway, but there are those kids that are like, I don't want to do this, I don't want to play this, I'd rather go do this or whatever, or like they're artsy and whatever.
I feel like if he doesn't have a screenplay written by 7,
Yeah,
I'm disappointed.
Exactly. You gotta
See, a lot of kids, I like that point because I don't think we should push him into anything like sports except acting.
accept that.
Like same with religion. I don't want him to have to feel that he has to do it.
Oh, there's my dog. So, yeah, that's true. I mean, it kind of let him explore what he wants to do.
Yeah, and it'd be nice if he were gay and we could shop together. But I'm not gonna force him to be gay.
You're gonna encourage it.
I love it. I'm not gonna make him stray from that. Yeah, that might be the one thing I push. Just please be.
Bobby, what are your thoughts on this?
I guess I
Is that
prefer.
not nice?
I guess if he's,
Financially.
I'd probably go trans before gay.
Trans, okay, that's a big investment, though. You would think, no?
Gay was so 90s, like it was cool to be gay.
Right, that's true. Now it's like all about like like Caitlyn Jenner and everything. Yeah, exactly.
You can be gay and from Indiana.
That's true. Now, if he becomes trans, his acting career might even take off more.
Right. But I'm sure by the time he's ready to be any of those things, there will be something new.
It'll be a new gender that he can embrace, possibly.
Say your thoughts on Pete Buttigieg's name as president. Tell Doug.
I just thought that I supported Pete Buttigieg, and I really liked him. And when he dropped out of the race, like he was doing pretty well, and then he dropped out, and everybody was like, "Oh, America's not ready for a gay president." And I thought that America absolutely was ready for a gay president. They just weren't ready for a gay president whose husband's name was Chasten. Like,
that was his husband's name, or is his husband's name?
That's too gay.
Chasten.
Chasten. Like if he were married to like Tim Buttigieg,
right?
He'd be completely like no one would care.
Now what?
If he was like, I go home every night and I fuck Tim Buttigieg in the ass, people would be like, yeah, that's our next president.
That should have been,
I go home and I passionately kiss Chasten on the forehead.
Maybe he should have opened up with that line that you just said, and he would have been in the race still. What is Chasten like? Is he a I don't know? Is he like a bear or is he like a twink?
No, he's very twink.
It's a twink.
Very twink.
I've never heard that phrase in my life.
You haven't heard that?
Bear means.
I know what that means. Twink.
Twink is just the opposite.
What? Are you a twink?
I'm a power.
You're definitely a twink.
You got to learn so much about these topics.
I guess with my beard, I'm like a berry twink.
Yeah, that's true. You're a cub. I think they would call that.
Oh, baby. I'm just looking for that honey.
Now, you guys are from the East Coast. Where did you guys both grow up?
I don't think I gave a proper child assessment. Austin, Texas.
Oh, you're from Austin. Okay.
Wait, where are you from? New Jersey.
I'm from New Jersey originally.
I knew that. Yeah. Bobby is from Palm Beach, but he likes to downplay it when people ask and say West Palm Beach.
Okay. That's the nicer part, right?
Do you think West Palm Beach is nicer or Palm Beach?
Isn't West? No. Palm Beach is nicer. No, I don't know.
Yeah. Right.
West Palm Beach is like regular town, right?
Right.
I'm from the west side of Palm Beach.
Okay, so there's the west side of Palm Beach, and then there's West Palm Beach. You got to cross the bridge to get to West Palm Beach, right?
But he likes to say that he's from West Palm Beach.
Because of you want to be
pretentious. He likes to pretend that he's not, and then it's like this whole thing.
I think people are seeing why you're an asshole.
Like,
well, you guys, I like the way you guys, like, especially with your comedy. And I know Bobby, you don't really perform stand up, but you are very funny, and the two of you together, how you play off of each other is really great. And
thank you very much. Yeah, he kind of like, you know, when you're dating someone who's not a comic, and they're like, "Oh, I really like comedy," and they're like, "I have a bit for you."
Yeah, no, my wife does that all the time, and my wife like secretly wants to perform stand up or act. I think my wife sings; she's a really great singer. But I always encourage her. I'm like, you should take Leslie's class or try it out or whatever. And I was kind of like, I tried to want to get her to do this thing, but she's also a workaholic, and she's very focused on her new job and everything. But I think at one point she will try this just to do it, and I think she'll be great at it because she is kind of like. She's naturally funny, and she doesn't care about it as much as like you or I would care about it. Like analyzing everything we're doing and whatnot. Like I think she'd be a great actress, and she'd probably be successful at it because she doesn't give a shit.
That's the key. That's why most people's first comedy performances are pretty good, or maybe better than others, because they care less, because they're like, well, I don't really know what I'm doing.
Right. Now, your last comedy performance, Courtney, was it like in March before all this happened, before COVID hit?
At Comedy Cellar, amazingly, was my last performance.
At Comedy Cellar? That's awesome.
Thank you. My friend got me it.
That's great.
Blow job here and there.
Yeah. Well, you got to do it. You got to do your part,
The last time that Courtney did stand up at Comedy Cellar, I went to go see her. I'm not allowed to be in the room while she's on stage. Like,
really?
I can come in before.
That's an interesting rule. Yeah, let's hear about this.
I started to let him, and then I realized when he's in the room, I can't really I kind of still like to
It's hard to talk
pretend
about.
I'm single.
It's hard to talk about how small your husband's dick is when your husband.
Exactly. It's so difficult. I just want to be free to express my own opinion about his small dick.
Right.
I understand it, because it's a lot easier to call her a bitch when she's out of the room.
Right. No. I get that. It's very interesting that you guys brought that up, because I feel kind of the same way. Like when I first started doing stand up in LA here, my wife would be very supportive and like come to like every show, and like you do those shows like in New York, and it was the same thing. Like there's no one there. There's maybe like it's a shitty bar in the basement, and there's like 4 people there maybe, and then my wife would come and like sit in the front row, and she'd be late, and she'd show up like as I'm about to go on stage, or I'm already on stage or whatever, like, and she'd sit in the front row, and I'd be like, don't do that. Like, don't, because like now, and then like the other comics talk to whoever's sitting there. So like she'd be like, I'm the wife of the next comic or something like that.
Ruins your steez.
It does. And then I'd be like, now I have to talk about that in my set, like rather than do what I was going to do.
Right. And then you're the one with the husband or wife, and they're like, oh, and because like a lot of the comics are like living in their parents' basements, like singing, and it's like, oh, my husband. Like, we get it. You have a husband.
Yeah. Like the other comics are living the lives we dream of, like living in a basement. No.
Like, I don't want to be single or living in a basement, but when it comes to comedy, it's kind of better.
Right. Yeah, you might have a better chance at like getting a slot somewhere if someone knows that you're single living in an alley somewhere.
Yeah. It's just here's my husband who's a real estate developer.
So I'm not allowed into the I'm not allowed in while she's performing, so I sit at the bar. And you know that when in these small rooms, typically most of there's not a big backstage area, so the comics who are going up next or have already gone are sitting at the bar with their notebooks going over their set before they go in. So I always show up with like, I'll show up with a hat and I'll just put it down like this, and I'll take a notebook out or my phone out and I'll pretend like I'm a comic, and people will come up and be like, "Oh, hey man, what's up?" And I won't talk to them. I'll pretend like I'm like a big shot comic, and they'll be like,
"Yeah, you should pretend you're like an agent and like sit in the back or something."
I pretend like I'm Chris Rock.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes I put my hat down low enough.
What about when, like, I don't know, like, you know, we all bomb occasionally. What about like a set you've done? I don't know if this has happened to you. Like you bomb and Bobby is there, and then he like calls you out on it or something like that. Because I've dealt with that a couple times.
Yeah, because the only person I care about who thinks about me is the people close to me, and that's
I don't think you've ever bombed.
That's because he hasn't come to the ones I bombed.
Not with me either. You never bombed.
I've done a set or two where like I've definitely bombed and my wife has been there, and then she'll be like, "Well, that didn't work," or you know, like.
I've seen you at an open mic where you bombed.
No,
that's just all.
Remember at Governor's Island when there was like a huge Republican crowd.
That was horrible.
You said it wasn't that bad.
No, the second one was.
You know what the worst is like, I don't know if you've had this experience. Like I've traveled like around and I've tried to like get slots at show, like, you know, a bar show in some other city or something that like I was on like a family trip or a vacation or something like that. And one time I did a show in Buffalo, New York, and it was some bar, and you know I emailed them and they gave me a slot, and then when I got there, there's like no one there, and then they were like, "Do you want a headline?" And I was like, all the only audience that was there was my wife, her parents, and then like their like brother, their sister, and like, you know, their husband or whatever. So it was like 5 people from like my family, and they all sat right up front at the stage, and the rest of the place is just a bar with people just not paying attention. And I'm like, this is gonna be horrible, you know. And it's like, then you go try to do your regular material, and it's all about your family or your wife or whatever. And I'm like, and it was just awful. It was an awful experience. And I was like, I don't want family coming anymore. Like, I appreciate the support, but this is hard enough.
No, that's the times I failed the most is when my family or like you were there, or other times when it's just strangers. But yeah, when my parents came, like, do your parents like your comedy?
They've come. I've done some stuff in New York. They've come to that. They've come to like, yeah, Comedy Store set or something like that. They like it, but like at the same time, it's like, you know, it's like there's certain things like I may not talk about if I know like family members are coming to the show or something like that. Yeah. Or it's like, oh, so and so is going to be there. Okay, I'm not going to talk about this or that. You know, I'm going to keep this clean or whatever. You know, because it's like a weird thing, and then like you got to see everyone afterwards, and
right.
It's like,
I should have thought about that, but I wasn't like experienced enough when my parents came, and I just was like, well, this is my material, and I'm going to talk about having a condomless sex with this black guy I met at McDonald's. And my dad was like, and my mom was like, there were people leaving during your set, and my dad was like, it takes a lot of courage to do what you did. On the Thanks.
That's the hard thing, is because everyone in my family is very supportive. Like my parents, my wife, my in-laws, like they listen to this podcast all the time, and like they're like, you know, like, and I appreciate the support, but then there's times where I'm like, I don't know, like, what am I saying? I don't want to offend like my family or something like that.
Yeah, you know, in our class when Bobby was talking about lies he says during sex, we literally didn't talk for 3 days after that class.
Oh my god, that class is great because it's like everyone just like unleashes it's like a therapy like session with people that we don't even know. It's like, oh my god, it's like you feel more comfortable. I've never met you guys, and I feel comfortable talking to both of you.
I feel so close.
I feel like that's what AA does.
Yeah, it's a little weird, but it's kind of cool at the same time.
You don't know what AA does.
I can imagine.
You can imagine what AA. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, program. Wait, I wanted to ask another thing. Like, do you ever feel like you're funnier if people thought you were single? Like, You just kind of like the thrill of getting the attention.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's interesting because it's like if you have that like single look, or you act like you're single or whatever, like that's a whole different thing. Like if you were to do like a set for like a college crowd or something, like they would like be so into you if you were like the cool single mom or whatever. You know, I don't know. Like
now I think I'm like, oh, people think I'm a mom now, so maybe I should just go with that. Like I don't look like unfortunately.
Speaking of oh shit, I'm a mom now. You released a single called "Oh Shit, I'm a Mom Now," and it's a rap that's amazing. How long did this take? How long did this take to put together?
Oh, surprisingly a long time. Like I thought it was just gonna be like actually, but I don't know if you've ever produced a song, but like I woke up one day thinking, oh, I want to do a rap. I want to become a rapper, and then I just contacted my friends, and I was like, does anyone have a producer can produce this? And my friend was like, oh, this guy's working with Beyonce and India Ari.
It's awesome. I even love the poster. Just
right.
And then we just went in the studio for like 16 hours, and he made the beat, and I just rapped over it.
That's amazing. All right, we're gonna take a break real quick, and we're gonna play your single during the break, and we'll be right back with Courtney and Bobby.
Hang tight. We'll be back with this week's Asshole right after this.
Oh shit, I'm a mom now. 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 Life was a fantasy, roll out of bed and hail a cab to the Soho House rooftop, be here all day, so start my tab. I could wake up hungover and no one's calling my name. Wanna have lunch in LA? I could just hop on a plane, but I wanted a baby. Bought some ovulation sticks, I'll be a stay-at-home mom, start getting down for the dick. What the hell, it worked? There's a thing inside me growing. No caffeine, Botox, Adderall, I sacrificed it all. The things that kept me hot, everything is gone. Ouch. Oh shit, I'm a mom now. Oh shit, I'm a mom now. Oh shit, this my job now. 9 to 5, where you at? I want you back now. I feel bloated and swollen, in my pants I just peed, while my man still checks the Instagram of Gigi Hadid. My husband just said, you look so pregnant today. When a woman feels fat, that's not a nice thing to say. No, it's now he goes to work, comes home expecting dinner. I haven't brushed my teeth, plus I'm trying to be thinner. Back to the story. Oh shit, I'm a mom now. Oh shit, I'm a mom now. But I love him. Oh shit, this my job now. 9 to 5, where you at? I want you back now. Pull up to the hospital. My doctor's hot like ooh. It's been 9 whole months since I shaved my hoo-hoo. Gave me hospital panties, mix of shorts and underwear. Said I'm gonna wanna have them, cause your ass just might tear. How could I go in one day and leave with a baby? Should this be illegal, or am I going crazy? I can't keep a plan alive, read a book past chapter 5. Can't pay my bills on time, and I never saved a dime. I make it rain on these clothes, I mean these titties is dripping. No pumping and dumping, girl just keep sipping. Oh shit, I'm a mom now. Oh shit, I'm a mom now. Oh shit, this my job now. 9 to 5, where you at? I want you back now. Left the hospital, looking like a crime scene. Stole blankets, hats, and diapers, and even that little sucky thing. My nanny's from Jamaica, she taught me how to swaddle. My first time in Jamaica, I learned how to swallow. Okay, that's actually not true. I learned that in cheerleading. Let's just take it out. It's like my baby's super cute, but I'm worried all day long. Gotta walk around topless while avoiding the schlong. I bought Gucci and Fendi, now it's Carter's and Ross. Cause wine is expensive, and I'm still the boss. I love you. Oh shit, I'm a mom now. Oh shit, I'm a mom now. Oh shit, this my job now. 9 to 5, where you at? I want you back now. Used to buy German cars, the best stuff is imported. Now it's German formula, FDA don't support it. We don't fuck with simmer like my baby skin's like silk. I order Holly Bio, it's a Bentley of the milks. My nanny's making bank, now she drives a matching range. I need that girl so much, thinking about turning gay. So mamas round the world, raise a glass, you deserve it. When there's spit up in your hair, you barely feel like a person. You a bad bitch made a baby and still holding it down. Who needs 50 shades of gray when you've got 50 shades of brown? It's a lot of people.
Oh shit, I'm a mom now. Oh shit,
It was gonna be like this.
I know, I'm lucky,
oh
but
shit, I'm a mom
it's a
now.
lot.
Oh
Parents,
shit, oh shit, I'm a
you're doing
mom
great.
now.
Spreading the good word. Just like Jesus.
You're listening to the I'm an Asshole with Doug Bass podcast.
All right, that was Oh Shit, I'm a Mom Now. And that was amazing. So that took like 16 hours to produce the whole thing?
Hey, good thing that, oh shit, I have a nanny, because that would have been not possible without, it was a
Or
long
good shit.
time.
Or oh shit, thanks for my husband supporting this.
Okay, wow. We're really, you're an asshole. You're an asshole.
I'm like the Suge Knight of your rap career.
You're the producer.
No, I'm Suge Knight. I'm like going to other moms' houses and hanging them over porches until they quit their rap careers.
The good producers were expensive, okay? And I was like, please, I need a producer. I need a, and he was like, just go on, Fiverr and get a beat. I was like, no.
You needed the whole thing. Now how does this go? Now how do you get this to go like platinum or viral or whatever?
I don't know. Now I need a PR agent.
You need a follow-up song is what you need.
I know. I was thinking.
You need to get DJ Khaled involved.
Now, if you can come up with like one or like two more songs, you could do like a concert show where you do your stand-up and then you perform these live.
I know. I was about to do that pre-COVID.
Right. I get it.
And then I didn't. But I should be doing that virtually probably. Now I've been doing a bunch of like virtual mom shows.
How are those going?
Good. I feel like that's my audience.
Yeah.
But like the Upper East Side moms, like some moms apparently don't get me.
You guys live in Connecticut, right?
Yeah.
Now, is there comedy shows up in your neck of the woods up there?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's some pretty good clubs kind of near us. But then I was mostly going into the city to do them. But
We're like an hour outside the city.
I did a show at Flappers because you suggested.
Oh yeah, Flappers virtual show. How was
yeah,
that?
I kind of liked it actually.
Yeah,
They were, like,
it's a cool. Have you lived here at one point, right, in LA?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 6 years maybe.
Okay, I don't know if Flappers was around back then.
More LA. I don't know. When you're in.
Do you like New York or LA versus what's your? Do you miss LA?
But I thought I would like New York. Like, do you ever think, oh, I should have been I always think I should be somewhere else.
Yeah, I feel the same way because I'm from that area. I never actually lived in the city, but I grew up like 15 minutes from Manhattan. But I moved here when I was 21 immediately, and then I just stayed. I came here for like an internship. And I always am like, I should have done like 1 or 2 years in New York first and then end up here. But
we all think
I know.
we should be somewhere else.
Exactly. Woulda, shoulda, coulda.
Yeah. Basically, everyone's fine where they are.
Yeah.
Bobby wanted to go to school in California.
I wasn't allowed to.
You weren't allowed to? I wasn't either. I wanted to come to USC for college. My parents were like, nope.
So did he.
Same for me.
My parents were like, I went to school in Pittsburgh. That's the furthest west I went for school. They were like, their big thing was like, it's too far. You can't, you're not going to be able to afford to come home for like all the holidays that you have off and stuff. And I was like, I don't care. I'm like, I don't need to.
They were like, you can go anywhere on the East Coast. I was like, but you still have to get on a plane to visit me.
Right. What's the difference?
You go an extra 2 hours on that plane ride. What does it matter?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I don't get it either. I don't know.
Well, I went from Texas to Santa Barbara, and my dad was like, God damn it.
Now, do you miss Austin at all? Because everyone is moving to Austin now from like LA and stuff. Austin is blown up.
That's what he was saying, that it's like the big comedy scene, or Joe Rogan's trying to make it the comedy scene.
Yeah, Joe Rogan's moved there. A couple people I know moved there. My wife lived there for a year. She loved it. But I don't know. Yeah, it's a big comedy and film town, I guess.
Yeah, it is. I miss it because like queso and chips,
Right.
and Tex-Mex, and like very laid back.
But do you miss the state of Texas?
No.
See, that's the problem with Austin, I think. I've been to Austin. I thought it was an amazing city. But then I was like, but I'm in Texas.
Yeah.
And there's nowhere to go outside of Austin, really. You got to get on a plane and get the hell out of there.
And even like people in Austin, like, yes, some are liberal, but a lot are not.
There's pretty good TGI Fridays at the DFW airport.
I think I've been to that, yeah.
That's the only other redeeming quality about Texas outside of.
Are you a big TGI Fridays fan?
Yeah.
Straight trash.
I like it too. I actually worked at one in high school. I was a host for like a summer. I wasn't a server. I was a host. I didn't have enough experience to be a server at that time in my career.
The host at TGI Fridays?
But I missed. There's TGI Fridays here in LA, but there's like one by the airport, and then there's like one in Woodland Hill. You gotta like drive to get
I'll
there.
challenge anybody to find better chicken fingers than TGI Fridays.
They are good. That was my go-to employee meal when I worked there. I always get the chicken fingers with a side of honey mustard. Absolutely, I agree.
Then they got cocky and brought all that Jack Daniel's shit on their menu.
Yeah, that got crazy. But at the same time, when you would read that, you'd be like, "This looks amazing, Jack Daniel's. What the fuck is this?"
It was just like a half-cooked chicken breast laying in some yellow whiskey.
Whiskey, sugar syrup. Yeah, exactly. Well, this is the I'm an Asshole show. So I do want to see where you guys lie. I know we've touched on a couple things, but are there any specific stories that you guys would like to share with the audience when you were an asshole? It could have been a single incident. It could be a chunk in time of your life. It could be right now. It could be you are assholes toward each other every now and then. I know you play that up for comedy purposes, but
Yeah, I have several instances I could talk about Bobby. Because so,
I don't think that's what.
I'm a generally.
It's not supposed to be you talking about when the other person is an asshole, right?
I mean, it can be, or it can be individual.
There's supposed to be some element of self-reflection here, right?
Yes, there is. I mean, we can, you can learn from this or you cannot. It all depends on where your head is at the time.
We will choose not to.
Great, I love that. Most people are like, no, I don't want to reveal too much, but.
Well,
I excluded a kid from my birthday party once.
okay.
From your birthday party?
Yeah, but it was like I invited the entire class except for one kid.
Okay.
And
How old were you? What birthday was this?
maybe like 12,
12. Okay.
and I was pretty dickish.
Now, why
I didn't like him.
you didn't like him?
I didn't like him. I just we didn't get along.
Okay.
But it was not something that anybody with some level of maturity would not do that.
Right. So that's interesting. Were your parents at all like, you have to invite everyone, that kind of thing? No.
Because my parents were assholes. Then my parents were like, fuck them.
And there wasn't even a moment of you going like, okay, I don't want to invite kid A, but I'll throw in kid B just to make it look like, he's not isolated.
My dad was like, you sure? And I was like, yeah. He was like, you live with the consequences.
And what happened? What was the consequences after the party?
Very little.
People didn't talk. People weren't like, where is so-and-so?
I think he left our area. He moved away after, it was after that party, actually.
He asked his parents to relocate.
They moved to Michigan. No, they just moved away a couple years later. So
right.
Nothing.
Now, what didn't you like about this kid? Why didn't you get along with him?
When you're a kid, you're just petting.
Right. Just something about him.
Right.
That is mean.
Now, if Jack, your son, did the same thing when he was 12, if there's a kid that he hates and he has his birthday party and he's like, I'm not inviting Kevin, fuck him.
I mean, I guess it depends on what Kevin has done to him and if I have experienced Kevin or Kevin's parents.
Right.
Right? Like if I don't
No,
like Kevin's
I am
parents,
a
then-
invite everyone. Everyone's included.
That's a big thing, kids' birthdays, especially like, like I've seen parents, like even living in LA, it's like I've been to a couple kid parties and they're like extravagant, some of them. Like it's a big deal.
Yeah, like the bar mitzvahs. You got to read about Bobby's in the Palm Beach Daily News.
Oh, really?
we had
He had dancers. He had 2 sets of dancers.
I've never been to a bar mitzvah.
Really?
No.
it's fun.
You can come to Jack's.
All right. Sounds good.
There, when we moved to the town that we live in, there was this mom who was one of the ringleaders of this group of moms, of like mom friends and like couple friends, and she immediately disliked Courtney. And over the last year and a half, this one mom who had a ring of like 20 friends has been extricated from that group of people, and everybody likes Courtney more than this woman, and now she has no friends left.
Well, okay,
And
that
she
is
was an
not
asshole.
true.
She was an asshole, and she paid dearly for being an asshole.
It's not. I feel like maybe she was in pain and like was upset, and obviously she was very threatened, just by my pure existence.
Right.
But then I mean, I tried to actually be nice to her, but I guess I was kind of an asshole because I was just like, well, oh, and then
No, you were an asshole after she was an asshole to you, but you can do that.
no, but I wasn't still. I was still trying to be nice. I tried to invite her to our house,
It just didn't work
and-
out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
This woman had like no friends anymore.
that's why you got to get on Bumble BFF.
Yeah.
And we relish this. We love that we've destroyed this woman.
Really?
No, we don't.
No, we did that. So we're
Okay.
kind of assholes for that.
Well, I get that. There's like definitely, I feel like everyone has like a little evil, like there's
Yeah.
people I've definitely been like, oh yeah, well they deserve that. Fuck them. Like,
Like, I never want anyone to do poorly, but like sometimes.
yeah.
Like, this bitch has got to go.
Well, it's like everyone has their moment,
Bobby told me that he wasn't on Instagram for like 4 years.
While you were dating?
Yeah, while we were dating, I got really jealous. He was on Instagram, like scrolling through hot bikini models, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then for 4 years, he told me he just is the nicest guy because he never was on Instagram and never even saw these chicks. And like, then I just discovered that he was on this website every day called Barstool Sports, where it just specifically took the hottest chicks in bikinis and just showed it to him. It took their Instagram and put it right on
Barstool Sports. Yeah. Oh, okay. So you didn't even have to go on Instagram. They would just filter everything to this app.
Right. It was
Interesting.
just all there.
And he was on Instagram, or he wasn't at the time?
I mean,
No.
he's like, I didn't have the app downloaded,
Right.
so I didn't see him, but it was just like, it was Instagram scrolling. Like I saw him scrolling on his computer through Instagram. Look, I had a minor freak out.
All right. Here's a question for both of you. This is a hypothetical question. If you both had access to each other's cell phones for
We did.
for 15 minutes.
Oh, we do.
Oh, you do? Okay. All right.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we do.
You have access to mine.
You have access to mine.
I don't want to see yours.
I don't lock my phone.
He
You look at my
takes-
phone.
Oh, so you don't lock your phones. You don't have a passcode or anything like that.
No, you know what he does? It's worse than a lock. He brings it into the bathroom when he poops.
I think we all do that. I mean, I definitely do that.
I think
No,
all guys
she's
do
like
that.
a psychopath who just poops alone.
I
She doesn't even bring a book or a newspaper in.
Well, she probably doesn't take her time like most guys do. I feel like when we go in there, it's like a 15-minute article
Like
break or something.
time. It's like
It is break
that's
time.
your cutoff from the world is when you're pooping.
I bring like a blueberry muffin in with me.
Oh, that's so good.
You have a full meal there while you're,
Like a picnic basket.
out with
so-
one, in with another, right?
But he was always like, yeah, you don't have to worry about my phone because I'm not getting direct messages from people because I don't even have the app.
Right. It's better to not have apps like on the phone.
I have all that.
You have, yeah.
I wish there were more guys who tried to slide into my DMs, but there's just one guy who likes me and he has a family and, you know.
Is someone you know?
No, we don't know him.
Do you have, oh, here's a question for you, Courtney. Do you have, being a stand-up comic, a performer, you know, very funny, attractive, do you have a lot of people, like fans that are like weird contacting you, anything like that?
No. Okay. You'd think I have literally one. There's one guy. Yeah, there's like two. One of them is a stalker of Ivanka Trump, who she follows me because I used to work for them. Okay, so there's that one crazy guy. He like sent me like 1,000 messages and then tried to call me all the time, and I had to block him.
All right.
And then there's one other guy who just loves everything about me.
Courtney used to do a show with her friend who's also a comedian, and on Twitch, on like the video game platform. And they had very dedicated fans who
there were
like
only three of them.
But those for every week, those three would be there for like 3.5-hour shows, and they would be
on it.
Always on.
Yeah.
Always on.
But I don't think guys are creepy enough.
That's what's interesting, I think, like especially now during the era of like Zoom shows where everything more is like online, you'd think that maybe more creepy fans or just creeps in general would be like, you know, on your show or on your Instagram, like following you more or whatever, you know.
It's so depressing. I don't
so
know.
you would love to have some stalkers is what you're saying.
Yeah. Like, where are the creepy guys? Is it me? Is it guys are just getting less creepy? Why aren't they there? I mean, occasionally I get a text from my ex like every 6 months, but like, you know, where was he in between those 6 months?
Right, but he doesn't even count because that's someone you know and you had a relationship with. So you want new crazy stalkers / fans that are obsessed.
Yeah.
But not too obsessed.
I think it's just like there's so much out there, you know. I'm just.
I feel like you want this until you get it, and the ramifications.
Right. Now, what happens when you become a huge stand-up star, big name? It's going to happen. Right. What happens when you have people following you around and stuff? Bobby, are you going to get jealous of this kind of thing?
Of what, people stalking her?
Yes.
I mean,
if I can make $1, he'll be thrilled. He doesn't care if I'm dead in the alleyway.
Oh my God! Stop it.
It would be pretty great.
Hey,
what?
If I'm standing there,
made $1.
Now, are you guys going to take your act on the road when things open up again? The two of you, Bobby, are you gonna get out there and perform?
Probably not.
No.
No.
Is it because your career and stuff?
Yeah, mostly. I just don't have the time to.
You're busy. You're working a lot.
Right.
Okay, but I'm starting a virtual dating show, and I'd like you to be co-host. So, could it be with
a virtual dating show?
Yeah, I want it to be like the Match Game meets Singled Out. Did you love Jenny McCarthy as much as I did?
Yeah, I mean, I think she was fun on that show and stuff. She's like bubbly and fun, you know. Hot.
I want to host a dating show.
That's a good idea.
A game show. So I'm trying to do that.
I think you should host a game show where one of the 3 contestants is always a stalker.
You mean my stalker?
No, a stalker. Like you have Allison, and then it's like Tim is in finance.
Yeah,
Bill is a computer technician.
What if there's a dating show where it gives the stalker
to carve eyeballs out of wood?
It gives the stalker a chance to actually go on a date with their victim or whatever, and the victim has to be up for it. And like, you know, it's supervised. There's Obviously, there's security and whatnot, but it's like, what if the celebrity goes out a date with a stalker or something like that? Like, that's a new reality show.
Oh, and it's like a prank show. They don't know it.
Maybe, yeah.
What if she ends up liking him because they're obviously very devoted to you?
I feel like that could be a good Lifetime movie.
Yeah, that could be a Lifetime movie as well. A whole spinoff.
Who better to marry than your own stalker?
Exactly. I think that could be a good reality show. That's something that should be in the works, I think.
It's definitely a murder.
I think Courtney loves this idea. I just saw her eyes like going, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I'll do it.
Yeah, why not? What do you what do these people have to lose except their life, possibly?
You just get a bunch of flattering messages about yourself. Aren't you, are you an actor also?
Yeah, I mean, when there's work, sure. I've done some commercials. I've done like a co-star or two, nothing big.
Yeah. I've been taking acting classes in LA with this teacher that I like because I finally can.
You mentioned that. Yeah, that's cool.
It's helpful. But I don't know.
How is it doing acting class over Zoom?
Surprisingly kind of good. I don't know. I kind of like Zoom everything. I want to do this with everything.
I like Zoom. Like I've had a couple commercial auditions over Zoom, and I like that for that reason because I was like, oh my God, I don't have to drive to Santa Monica on Friday at 5:00 to go do a fucking audition where I hold up a bottle and someone judges the way I look or whatever. You know what I mean? Like I just did it from my living room and then I was home.
Yeah. There's also something more low-key, less stressful about just like sitting and having the computer screen be a boundary between you and like a casting director.
Yeah, I think it might be the future of some auditioning. I hope so. I think things have changed for the most part.
Yeah, a lot of auditions are going that way, but
exactly.
Then they can't see my legs.
You gotta get the wide shot. All right. Well, are there any other asshole moments you guys would like to share with everyone before we sign off?
I also once was blowing a guy, and then I left because I had to throw up because I was drunk, and then I just went next door to the other guy's house I was dating, and I just threw up on him, and I was like, oh.
Wait, what? Wait. So you were blowing a guy, and then you felt sick.
I felt sick, and I went to this other guy's house.
Who's this other guy?
We liked each other and we were dating, but I was blowing the other guy, but I had to throw up, and I liked the guy I was blowing more, and I didn't want him to see me throw up, so I just went next door and threw up on him and then went back.
Well, the guy you were dating was next door. You threw up on him. No, wait a minute. So I'm trying to get this clear. So you threw up on the guy that you were dating.
I was dating both of them.
Oh, okay. Because I thought it was just like, I'm dating the guy next door, but I'm gonna go blow the other guy didn't know. You just went over to the neighbor's house. Just clarify it so we know. So you were dating both guys. They lived next door to each other.
Now that I think about it, I wouldn't say dating. I would say, because I just recently learned that just because you hook up with someone a few times doesn't mean you're dating.
You were hooking up with both guys. You were seeing them.
I always throw up when I'm blowing someone.
Yeah, exactly. Especially after a Bumble BFF date.
So don't feel bad.
All right, so you threw up on the one guy, and then you went.
I told that story. The guy was like, I was going down on this girl, and then I was about to throw up, so I went next door to the other girl that I was with pussy, and I threw up all over her dirty, gross pussy.
That happens all the time.
This is interesting. So now, Bobby, when she tells you this kind of story for the first time, like, now I don't know when you first heard this story. Were you guys newly? Now you just heard it now?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the first time for you.
Yeah.
Now, what are your reactions? It's like, are these the kind of stories that would pop up when you guys were first dating?
Yeah.
What's up?
They're very negative reactions. They're not good.
I've changed. This is how much I've been through.
The only thing that goes through my head is two things. Either, I analyze the situation, and I'm like, either you're blowing some disgusting guy who smelled horribly, and that's what made you throw up, which is gross if that's what you were doing. Or I don't believe that you were drunk. Or you're just getting so much dick in your throat that it was so deep that you just threw
No,
up
it was
from
very
it?
small.
I
It
don't.
was very small.
So you were drunk. There, I guess that is the third possibility, that you were drunk. His dick was small.
It was so small, and I was like, I might as well go to this other guy's house because it's
That's
so small.
That's so embarrassing. If you're like, oh my god, his dick was so small, it made me throw up.
No, I was drunk.
She was drunk. And now, was the other guy awake when you threw up on him, or you just like opened the door and was like, bah?
He opened the door, and I was like, hey, I'm next door, and
Did he know? Did both guys know that you were hooking up with both of them?
yeah, they didn't care.
They
It's
didn't
just-
Right.
They were like, every man's whatever the phrase is. No one cared.
They didn't care. Right.
Surprisingly, no one got herpes.
But he got, but he did get a vomit stain on his shirt, probably.
Yeah. Oh,
Well,
one time I
is there another
All of
story?
these like, why are all of these?
because I don't know, because I'm not a bad person, but like guys are jerks, so I just like
Courtney finally feels comfortable telling these stories on the show.
another guy was like, oh, I'm coming up. I'm going to stay the weekend in LA. And I was like, great, you can stay with me. This was actually the guy that I threw. This is crazy, this story. The guy I ended up going to his house to throw up on him. This is the guy who was like, I'm coming to LA for the weekend. And I was like, oh, well, I'm kind of like in a very serious relationship, but like, come stay with me, you know? And then he stayed with me. And then my boyfriend like surprised me for the weekend. And this guy was staying with me. He was living in Tokyo, okay, where he was supposed to be. And I had this guy in my house, and he knocked on the door, and then the guy and I were in bed together. And then I was like, oh my God. So I had to lock the guy in my closet because I was like, you're not going to be in my life forever. You're just a temporary thing. I need to make sure that this goes okay. So I put him in my closet, and then my boyfriend is like knocking down my door, and he knows I'm in there.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, please be quiet. I was so nervous that he was going to enter. And then I crawled out my window. I left the guy locked in the closet. I don't even know what happened to him because I didn't care. I crawled out my second story window. This is in Beverly Hills. I jumped. Like I should have broken all my legs. I ran to my work, which is like 3 miles away. And he's texting me. He's like, I hear you. I know you're in there. Where are you? And I called my boss, and I was like, I'm at work. And so he drives. He knows I'm doing something. He hears people. He drives to my work, and I call my boss. I'm like, please tell him that I'm there. And I'm running as fast as I possibly can. I'm like in my pajamas. He's driving there. We're like coming in at the same time.
It's like Ferris Bueller.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he pulls up, walks into my work. I'm literally the hardest I've ever run, out of breath, everything. My boss, I see her walking to the door, and she sees me, and she's like, hi, Courtney's just got, we're in a meeting. And you go, I run in, and he's like, where were you? I was like, I've been at work. Oh my God, there's so much to do here. I could like barely breathe. There was just a guy, the guy was locked. I locked
So
him.
he was just left in there the whole time? What happened to him?
If you could go out the window, why couldn't he go out the window?
I don't know. In my mind, I was like, in case something happened, in case he sees you going out. I don't really remember what happened, but I was worried that he would see him go out. But if like I was going out, I don't know. I got some shitty things.
How did the guy get out of your closet?
Yeah, is he still there now? Should I go check on him in Beverly Hills? Is he still there?
How did he get out of the closet?
I don't know. It's really sad because he was texting me like, this was a great weekend. I hope you're okay. I'm like,
But how did he get out of the
Did
closet?
you just leave that apartment and you never went back? Like he's still there? Stopped paying rent?
paying for the apartment.
I don't understand.
I don't know. I think maybe
You don't know how he got out.
walk him in. Maybe he just like shut the door. But he was like so nice, and he just like crawled out of the closet, I think.
Oh my God.
Like out the front door?
I think. After I said, okay, you can come out now. But like
When did you go back?
I just pretended like nothing happened.
You just went back.
He just stayed with me for
Didn't he feel like the condoms or something?
I never told him that story either. I really hope.
Oh
I think
my
God.
Well, I know there's been a lot of interesting stories tonight.
Like, if he wasn't physically abusing me before this podcast, he's like, thank God I hit this.
I hope there's not an argument after this podcast, or you guys might have a lot of catching up to do and learning about Courtney's adventures in Beverly Hills and the closets. I'm gonna.
Frankly, I'm disgusted.
You're what?
I said, frankly, I'm disgusted.
You never did that?
You never did that? You never locked someone in your closet and ran away?
I locked somebody in my closet. It was, they haven't found her yet.
I wouldn't do that to you. I'm scared of you. I was not scared of this person.
I don't blame you.
Clearly, yeah. The poor guy is still in the closet. You really have put yourself out there today. Courtney, you especially. Bobby and I have both learned a lot about your, treating people. And
I wasn't an asshole, but
it's okay. This is where you come to redeem yourself,
No, I am an asshole.
We've learned a lot about both of you. And I think there's only one thing left for the both of you to do.
Go on. Oh. My name is Courtney Schlesinger, and I am an asshole.
My name is Bobby Davis, and she's an asshole.
There you go. Courtney and Bobby are assholes, and they have redeemed themselves by coming on the show today and talking about it. I want to thank you both for coming on here and really, really, giving us some great material and stories about your personal life. We can all relate in a way, I think, to some of these stories. Not all of them, but some of them. I want to thank you guys for coming on. We can, when things are lifted, Courtney is performing all over New York City at the comedy clubs when that's back.
Find me at the bar.
Bobby will be there in disguise at the bar, not pretending not to be married to Courtney, but like a bitter comic coming up next on the lineup. Chris Rock, yeah, exactly.
So fun, even though I've been overexposed.
Exactly. Well, thanks guys for coming on, and I appreciate it, and I hope to meet you guys at some point when I'm on the East Coast. Maybe we could all get together.
Over.
Yeah, exactly. Until then, I will see you guys on some kind of Zoom comedy show or something.
Great. Thank you.
Bye.
All right.
Bye.
Thanks, guys. Take
Thank
it
you.
easy. Remember, don't be an asshole, but if you are, talk about it. Bye.
You've been listening to I'm an Asshole with Doug Bass. Please subscribe to us on all streaming platforms. Follow Doug on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Doug Bass Comedy. Thank you for listening, and remember, don't be an asshole. But if you are, talk about it. Have a good asshole story? Email us at doug@dougbasscomedy.com. We'll see you next time.